Elson Quismorio from Manila Bulletin, you're recognized.
Hello, Kongs. Good morning. Anybody can answer po, but I just want to expound on something that Kong Roj mentioned yesterday. You said po, well, you reminded the senators yesterday na kami tapos na dito sa House sa mga LEDAC bills, kayo hindi pa. Just to expound on that po, do you think it's a leadership issue sa Senate? Because this is not the first time na napuna po sila dun sa kabagalan po, pardon the term, kabagalan po nila dun sa pagpapasa po ng LEDAC bills, priority measures. Anybody can answer po, but yes po.
Opo. The context po of that statement was, of course, yung we were highlighting the importance of the time of the senators. We have to remember, yung comparison po na yun is in stark contrast kasi po dito, marami po kami nakikipagtulungan sa committee level. Doon naman nakikita po natin sa Senado, time is very precious for the senators. You only have 24 of them. Hindi po sila makakasabay-sabay sa iba-ibang committee. And that was the context po in which we were commenting yung hearing po ni Chairman Bato. Now, 3 hearings going on 4, wala pang nangyayari. So with that said, I'm not ready to say po siguro. I don't know if it is a leadership issue, but there seems to be a prioritization issue siguro po sa Senado. I'm not aware of the rules po doon, pero dito po kasi sa House, kapag meron po kaming mga panukalang batas or inquiry na gustong may lapit, may talakay sa committee, dumadaan po yun sa Rules Committee and they set the tone kung ano po dapat ang priority na kailangan ng taong bayan at ano yung makakapaghintay. I don't know if it is the same in the Senate, but it appears to be the chairmen have free will po kung anong gusto nilang italakay. Motu proprio nga po yung PDEA leaks committee hearing. But on the other side, narinig ko rin po na I think it was a comment by Senator Escudero that motu proprio is usually reserved for recess. Not necessarily, hindi po siya yung usual mode na ginagawa during their session. So I really don't know kung what order of events their rules allow. So I don't know if it is a leadership issue, but it seems to be a prioritization issue. Whether this is on their counterpart ng Rules Committee or sa prioritization po ng mga chairman po nila. Pero it seems to be hindi po natatapos yung ibang mga LEDAC priorities. That's why we urge, yun nga po, we always urge kami po, our counterpart bills on the ground, not on the ground, but here in the House, na itatapos, pero yung sa Senate, wala pa po. And beyond LEDAC priorities, we now have, I don't know kung LEDAC technically yung RTL, but this was made urgent by the President. We also have yung verbally made, yung sa amin naman po, yung motorcycle for hire bill, hindi yung LEDAC priority, but still we're almost done with that. We're waiting rin for the Senate. I don't know kung may galaw doon. So I think that's the issue po doon, prioritization. Now, if it reflects on the leadership, I'm not ready to comment, but I think we all have our opinions on that po.
Mag-add lang ako dun sa sinabi ni Rog, no? Siguro a simple comparison lang. Let's take the RTL as an example. Before our press cons, we were not even discussing the RTL bago nag-start po yung discussions at saka mga referrals, saka mga marathon hearings namin dito sa Congress. But several statements have already been given by the Senate. So ang dami na nilang statements na binitawan na kailangan ng mamamayan ito, ganito, mga murang presyo ng bigas, kailangan pababain ng presyo ng bigas. Pero if you can see, simple comparison, kami, yung statements namin comes after the marathon hearings. Ibig sabihin, gumagalaw na siya bago pa kami nag-release ng statement. So, it's just simple, siguro different ways in handling the urgency of the situation. Pero at least here, when we give out statements, you'll see that the House is working on it. Thank you.
Let me also just slightly add. I guess we can also say that we find evidence in how the bicameral nature of Congress works. No, whatever the House does, and then the Senate also does it themselves. But I think one thing that we should also look into is at least how should the two bodies work together. No, for example. As what was mentioned, there are very many LEDAC priorities that have gone through marathon hearings, which means that there are minutes that tie up to whatever was discussed. There were issues that were echoed by the Senate that were already discussed also in the House of Representatives in Congress. So, which means na maybe for the sake of efficiency, maybe the Senate can also consider at least also looking into what really boiled down in the House. No, I'm very sure that if ever whatever the request the senators may have regarding a particular bill, be it a priority bill or not, the House is willing to also provide, so that at least that both bodies can also have can be on the same page, and therefore fulfilling the initial purpose, which is to pass a bill that is for the benefit of the Filipino people. So I guess this is more of a not really a statement, more of an invitation maybe. Na, you know, the House, I'm very sure, under the leadership of Speaker Martin Romualdez, is also very open to coordinating with the Senate with the priority, especially with the priority legislations that are being tackled in Congress. We have very many resource speakers. We have very many minds working also on specific bills. And therefore, we would also have many different kinds of opinions or points of view or paradigms that we can consider, and that the Senate can also consider taking into take into consideration for their referral and perusal as well. So, yeah.
I'd like to just, maybe as the most senior among the youngest, in many ways, as a third termer, no, working with senators for almost 9 years. I don't think it's a leadership issue. On my personal observation, it's more political. What I saw when I drafted and pushed and shepherded the Marawi compensation bill in the previous Congress, our target was to get it out on third reading before December of that year. Why that year? Because the following year was an election year. And we knew that the senators would move, because if they go to Marawi City and wala pang approval ng Marawi compensation bill, the ball is in their courts, maraming magagalit sa kanila. So they were somewhat pressured to pass the Marawi compensation bill, and it became actually ratified into law. So there is that political aspect where the Senate has to also prepare their timeline. No? But at the same time, also, wouldn't want to the nation to feel as if the Senate is dragging their feet. If it is a matter of national urgency, you can believe that the Senate will get it done. Just like the House of Representatives will work very hard to get things done for the benefit of the Filipino people and to ensure the success of the Bongbong Marcos administration.
Yeah. On a final note, and this is not according to age, no. Other than the LEDAC priority measures, I think one good question we should also ask is what happened to the bills certified as urgent by the Palace, such as the Procurement Act and the Rice Tariffication Law. These are, again, pending in the Senate. We all want na maging matagumpay ang ating mahal na Pangulo. Ninanais natin na maging matagumpay ang kanyang administrasyon. At sa ilalim ng kanyang administrasyon, may kinakailangan ng mga panukalang batas na maipasa upang masiguro na yung mga ninanais ng kanyang administrasyon ay makamit. At nakasalalay po dito ang kooperasyon ng Kongreso at ng Senado. Kaya siguro ang mahalaga po para sa atin ay to be united in this position, because we're all fighting for the same common cause, and that's the Filipino people. So I hope we can put the leadership issue aside. I hope we can put politics aside and move forward with regards to the best interests of the Filipino.
Thank you po.